Welcome to Books in Sum, your go-to for bite-sized book summaries.
Boundaries by Cloud and John Townsend. Setting boundaries is an act of kindness, both for self-care and for others. It is important to understand how setting boundaries can work and how to put them into practice. Boundaries are necessary for physical protection, but they are also necessary for emotional and spiritual protection. When setting boundaries, you take ownership of your needs, wants, and feelings, and enforcing them can make you feel mean. Setting boundaries is the most selfless thing you can do. The Bible's book of Galatians teaches that you are responsible to others but for yourself. Boundary issues can manifest themselves in many ways, such as being assertive or avoidant. The O'Reillys can take responsibility for their son's issues by enrolling him in another school and paying the fines when he's busted for drug possession. Or they can listen to him, support him, and take steps to facilitate his sobriety without stepping in to solve his problems. Setting boundaries is not just an act of kindness toward yourself, but also an act of love toward everyone around you. The most important details in this book are that setting healthy boundaries is a profound act of self-love, and that when a request for healthy boundaries in a relationship causes hurt, it's the relationship that's to blame, not the boundaries. The key idea is to not buy into common myths about healthy boundaries, such as believing that setting boundaries hurts others, or that setting boundaries is hard to reconcile with your faith. Instead, the key message is to set boundaries that allow you and the others in your life to thrive, and to take ownership of your time by declining to babysit for your friend every week. The journey toward a life with boundaries is long but rewarding, and it is important to pay attention to the feelings of hurt and anger that occur when our boundaries are violated. Boundaries can help us work through the hurt feelings that stem from injured boundaries, such as when others don't respect our boundaries or don't allow us to set them in the first place. Often, we are reluctant to set boundaries because we think they're irrevocable, but a boundary is only permanent if you make it so. When you start your journey toward healthy boundaries, you will find that you seek them out anyway, a sign that you are recovering from the hurt and anger caused by your boundaries. We learn to value and love ourselves, and this also means loving God. To do this, we must find and celebrate value in ourselves, and then become comfortable setting small stakes boundaries and relaxing personal boundaries that don't serve us. We must also learn to set and recalibrate big boundaries, and ultimately, we must learn to love our healthy boundaries and the space and respect they've created in our life. To break out of unhealthy patterns learned in childhood, we must identify the issue and take action to address it. Boundaries are the key to a fulfilling romantic relationship, and when they are not established or respected, problems can arise. To create and maintain boundaries, it is important to identify the unmet needs that underpin them, be aware of why you act, and respond rather than react. When dealing with a family member who tramples your boundaries, forgive them, but don't withhold forgiveness from them. Finally, when it comes to marriage, boundaries are a loving gift to your partner and yourself. Rosario should try saying when you drink, "I feel scared and alone," to address Jim's problem. Andrea has a demanding job and often brings work home, which frustrates Caroline. Caroline should take ownership of her desire and ask Andrea to set aside a few work-free evenings every week. Raphael is proud of his home, and Julie can't devote time to her hobby, oil painting, because she's too busy with Raphael's projects. Boundaries also benefit friendships, and it can be easy to fall into problematic patterns in these relationships if you don't establish healthy boundaries. Tom and Andy are faced with a choice between going on a hike or going to a concert. Tom suggests the hike, and Andy agrees. However, they both would have preferred the concert. A compliant who is friends with a controller may find that their friend tends to walk all over them, leaving both of them unhappy. To restore balance to their friendship, Becky needs to give Suni some loving feedback and make her aware of how her behavior is negatively affecting others. Personal boundaries are important in professional life, too, and Ahmed needs to learn that boundaries are as crucial at work as they are at home. The most important details in this book are the common pitfalls concerning work and boundaries. These include overworking, taking on responsibilities that aren't yours, and taking responsibility for a problem that's not yours. Additionally, coworkers who are habitually critical can be stressful to deal with, but boundaries are all about ownership. If the situation calls for it, confront a coworker about their attitude, giving them the opportunity to learn and grow. The key message in these book bites is that when life spins out of control and relationships feel unmanageable, it's often due to a lack of boundaries. Boundaries empower us to own and address our own problems, desires, and feelings, help us support others in their problems without shouldering their burdens, and enable us to ask for and accept help. To create a boundary between work and home, leave work stress at work and home stress at home. Recognize that work is infinite, and remember that if you can't say no to work, then you're saying no to other things that make life worth living. Form a boundary support group to help you identify, create, and maintain boundaries in your life.
We hope you found this summary helpful in your listening journey. If you're interested in diving deeper into the topic or getting your hands on the whole book, be sure to check the description below where we've included links to the book and other related products that may be useful to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on our latest book summaries, and feel free to leave a comment with any suggestions or requests for books you'd like us to cover. Thanks again for tuning in, and happy listening.